Okay, we are recording.
Okay, welcome to the PEG Board December 19th meeting. All members are present with the exception of, who we got, Jeff?
And, what's the guy that usually sits over here?
I think it's just Jeff.
From the school. Isn't he from the school?
Oh, yeah, Jason. Jason said he was going to
Jason.
be here too, yeah, he was going to be here. So he must be just running late. I don't know if you guys got the agenda and the minutes. First item, I did these minutes off of watching the video, which is not easy, so if someone can just take down maybe some of the votes, and I don't mind doing the minutes after that, but someone could just note down if we have any votes tonight, because those were hard to see who said aye and who said second, because so, if people can look at those, so the first one is 10-10. Anybody have any issues with that?
I move that we approve the minutes of October 10th, 2017, as written. Second.
Okay, I got a motion, a second, any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Next is minutes from 11/14/2017.
And I move that we approve the minutes for 11/14/17 as written.
A second.
I'm reading.
You're reading? I read them already, so.
I got a motion, a second. And you can just, yeah, any questions, any concerns? Dave, and seconded was Tony.
All right, second.
I got a motion, and a second, any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. So under PEG coordinators reports, I do have on the back is the account balance. So the only other number that's not there, which I have, I just didn't write it down, is the total money that we can move over at town meeting. What's that account called? Reserved for, I'll have to check what they call it. This is the budgeted money here, in the $30,000 for the
The
equipment.
town accountant created the new account for that town meeting budget
So that
item.
money is there now.
Yes.
It's under here, under $30,000.
Yep.
So, and then, the other amount,
So that 69,488.21 is the total that we have in the account? That's a-
yep, year to date.
Yes, as far as I know.
So, the other amount is receipts reserve fund, which is $59,670.09. That's the only other amount. $59,670.09.
And what's that again?
That's the money as
The
it,
leftovers.
first it comes from charter, goes into this account, then we develop our budget and any money that we put into certain things.
This is basically like leftovers. That's where we took the 30 grand from.
Right. 59,670.09. So those are our balances as of right now, and now, tried to keep this quick, so.
Yeah,
go
yeah.
to,
I'll keep it very quick. New programming, I'll work backwards from today. We covered the holiday concert at the elementary school this afternoon. We covered the West Boylston Athletic Hall of Fame induction ceremony. I think that was about 2 weeks ago, a couple weeks ago. And both of those obviously are not done yet. Athletic Hall of Fame is very close to being done, should probably be done this week. Just needs to be proofread by the person in charge to make sure I got all the names right. Aside from that, we've been covering our meetings as talked about. I don't know if you've seen, but I did a virtual tour of the police station with the chief before they moved in, but after the open house.
It came out very good, I did watch that, I saw it online, it looks great.
Okay, great. And also, we had some other short programs. The Masonic Lodge had an open house, so we had a short video about that, and also the adult fitness program at the senior center. We have a program about that. We've been capturing some VHS tapes from the past. We did the Major Edwards Holiday Concert from 1991, and then a short skit that some kids put together, a little program entitled North Pole News, which was also produced in 1991, just kind of holiday-themed sort of stuff. So that's kind of it for new programming since we last met. Just some quick stats for YouTube. Our last pegboard meeting had 59 views. The November 15th Board of Selectmen meeting had 190 views. The school committee meeting on November 15th had 31 views, and our police station virtual tour has 56 views. So that's kind of my bit for new programming.
As far as the school committee meeting, is there anything that can be done about the volume? It's really hard to hear and understand. I mean, the superintendent seems to be okay.
Okay.
It's when the school board members, when they're talking, I don't know if they have mics in front of them, because
I
sometimes-
believe they do have microphones in front of them, but I can take a look at it.
It's really difficult to understand.
So you can hear the superintendent fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's not that bad. It's just like, or even like when they have guests,
Mm-hmm.
they always have their back towards you, okay?
Okay, yeah.
So you can't,
Is that when the microphone's on the stand?
yeah, I think so.
Okay.
But the school committee members themselves, it's really kind of hard to understand them, especially when they're discussing something.
Okay. I will take a look into it.
So we're not live right now, right? Is that-
We are not live,
Okay,
but we
that's
are
fine.
being recorded.
That's fine.
Volume low except for the superintendent. Okay.
You had this.
Yep, so we just received a,
This charter rate justification file.
we just received a giant document from Charter. The town did. I say we, but it was addressed to Anita, the town administrator, with their justification as to why they're going to charge everyone what they're going to charge in 2018. So my plan is I'm going to scan this and then have it posted on our website so that if residents want to take a look at Charter's justification for their rates in 2018,
How much did that cost?
here it is. They actually haven't, okay, so they don't define everything, so it says like basic tier service current is $16.99 and then MPR, but they don't say what MPR is, but MPR is $14.48 and OSR is $13.99, so it's not clear. I looked through this and I wanted to explain it to all of you, but in all honesty, they don't do a great job of explaining what's what in here.
So is this for the town? This is for all of, anybody that has?
Resident.
This is, I mean, it is for the town, but it's really not specific to West Boylston. It's basically any town that Charter does business in. I'm sure Boylston got this, Berlin got this, exact same thing, they just changed the cover letter.
So the residents will be getting something like this?
I don't believe so, no. I think the town received it, the town administrator received it, so I'm going to scan this and put it on our website so that everyone has access to it. But
But in reality, this board doesn't have anything to do.
it doesn't really have, no,
Nothing
this
to do
board
with it.
has nothing to do with this. This would be, maybe cable advisory, but not even. It's just basically, we're gonna pass on this information from Charter, but it has nothing to do with you. There's nothing you can do about the rates. There's nothing you can,
And just-
anything.
But when we redid the contract, wasn't this part of the contract?
When you do a contract, you don't negotiate the rate that Charter is gonna charge clients.
Okay. I thought that was, because I know that it was a long process, it was when you guys.
Oh, yeah, it's always.
Right, and again, just so the public understands, this board has no control over this.
Yeah, this is,
This is just, we're just saying we're putting it up for informational purposes.
Yeah, you don't put a disclaimer,
Yeah.
you don't have control.
yeah, this is not under our control, this is merely for informational purposes. If they have questions regarding this, they should contact Charter. The PEG board has no control or any part in this, really.
And the town itself, when they say we negotiate a contract with Charter, we don't. We sit down, they tell us what they're gonna charge, and then We don't get to pick what company that comes to town. We have
No,
no
the
control
term
over that.
negotiate is
Is-
a little misleading.
Yeah, so
It would be lovely, but,
it'll be up on the website.
yeah, so this.
Informational purpose.
This giant, document will be on our website, I imagine, within the next couple of weeks.
Okay, so that's all you have right now. We
That's
kinda
it
cut
for,
things down,
for
so-
this, yeah.
We have two applicants, two new applicants. And as we all know, the old applicants, some of them have been hired. I've talked to some, they're not interested. There might be one that we maybe send a letter to. We've tried to call 2 or 3 times with no luck. So right now, we have 2 new applicants. And the question I have is, what process do we want for interviewing? A subcommittee of 2 or 3 people to interview them, the board interview them. I'd like Brittany first to look at them to see if they have, unless I'm missing something, this is what I got from this gentleman, right? Just this page, no application?
I thought there was an application.
And then this one here, it looks like this is all I got, this, and then there's 1 page signed.
Okay.
Did you hear anything from the personnel board when they met?
Yeah, have we heard anything
I
about
mean,
their vote on the
they-
pay?
There's no, these people have applied under the current situation, so.
Right.
Okay, but I thought that because there was no specific job description, because it was the same as the PEG coordinator, remember at the last meeting, it was word for word, and we were supposed to be, that was.
I think we're getting job description and what the posting was mixed up. I think the posting might have been the same.
No, it was the job description.
Okay,
It's
so
on
the
that
posting, I think, said different things. So these people applied on what's out there now. Nothing has been changed.
sheet. 'Cause I thought.
So they know what the job is, they know what they're applying for.
Because I thought we were gonna wait until January to give the PEG board, the personnel board time to review what we voted on.
And then what are you saying, go back, then repost everything and let people apply under the new posting?
I thought that's what we were doing.
I don't have any vote of that
Because-
unless there's
because
something I
it was-
missed.
Because we hired her as a temp till January 1st. I thought that was part of the deal, was to do that, so that when we get new applications, after we hear from them, that
Is
the board,
is the personnel board gonna be voting on that before the 1st?
I don't know, they met 2 weeks ago.
I
okay.
I don't recall, unless someone tells me something different, I don't recall we voted to wait.
I don't either.
Unless, yeah, so these are the 2 applicants we have under the current situation. I don't, if we change something down the road.
It doesn't hurt us to look at them.
Right.
I mean, it could benefit us, actually. You know,
Yeah.
To need the people.
The job, I don't have the job.
So what was the job description that these people looked at? Because.
The one
I
that's
saw last-
currently on the website.
Okay, is that?
The same one that
Okay,
you
so-
saw before.
And so what we saw at our last meeting, the PEG coordinator and the access coordinator were word for word the exact same thing.
Yeah, because in order to change the job description or whatever, it has to go through the personnel
And
board.
that's what I thought they were meeting when they met a couple of weeks
No,
ago.
the only thing I thought we sent to the personnel board was the
pay.
The
Yeah.
dollar amount, that was.
We haven't sent a change in the job description to the personnel board yet.
Well, I don't see how we can hire anybody when the job descriptions are the same. Your job description is the same as the access coordinator.
No, the access coordinator and the production assistant
Yeah, that was the,
descriptions are the same.
but as far as what we hire them to do and what the descriptions say, we can still set what they're to do. You say it's under here, you think?
Yeah, if you go to the main page, the home page, and then you go to job opportunities on the left, and scroll down. And there you go, access coordinator.
Oh,
That's a link, the title, go down to it, there you go.
okay, access coordinator. Are relevant to, yeah, well, to tell you the truth, I don't think it's, says it's available.
No, if you click here, WBP, yeah, that. That's your description.
So is this the description as the,
That they have applied for,
but
correct.
is this what we feel this person will be doing? If it matches something else, but is this what this person's gonna be doing?
Yes, but in addition, they would be managing people who also do those things. But yes, they would be responsible for those
Yeah.
things. So the only thing, in my opinion, that the access coordinator job description is lacking is a phrase about managing other, the production assistants. And there is some.
Boylston PEG coordinator. Works under the general supervision of the PEG coordinator, that's correct?
Which is correct, yes. And see, this does say provide supervision, da,
For
da,
full
da, da.
part-time employees.
Yeah.
So I think what's there is what they're gonna be doing.
I mean, even if, that is verbatim the same as the other, they're still gonna be doing those things.
Okay, so if I understand it correctly, these people applied under the present.
There's no, all we have is what's out
Yes,
there.
that pay scale,
Yeah.
that
So-
description, the whole nine.
So we have to make sure that if we do hire one of these people, they have to be able to make more, because you said that some of the production people, assistants, were making more money than what the.
Depending on what they're hired at, some of the production assistants may be making more than the access coordinator, which obviously wouldn't fly.
So whatever production assistant is making the most money, if you hire an access coordinator, that person's gonna have to make at least a little bit more money than that, okay?
Yeah,
All right.
no, absolutely.
And, we could,
Or we won't have an
put
access
somebody on
coordinator
in
for-
3 months, or, change
them up.
something. We could change it. I mean, there's no, if the personnel board finally gets through and looks at the pay and agrees, or I don't know if we need to talk to them, we'll have to figure that out. Once we get that, we could change this, but these are the 2 people that applied so far. Again, I have this from this gentleman, and the only other thing was his signed page. I didn't get really anything.
Okay, yeah.
Is that right? I mean, I printed it.
No, I just looked at it and it is correct, but,
Okay.
that is what he submitted, but he has been working for WBPA for 3 years.
Okay.
And then volunteered with the, Producers Club at the high school for 2 years. So he has experience, I
He's
think.
been involved.
Yeah, and then I looked over this gentleman's resume, and I would like, to speak to him. His experience is a little more on the radio side, but perhaps
that's what I noticed.
his communications minor in college, maybe he had some
Anybody can look at
production,
those if they
some video production, so I'd like to at least talk to him. Not necessarily myself, but anyone, just to see what his experience is.
So the next thing is discuss the interview process. Anybody have any?
I think that the interview process should be before the whole board. That way
anybody?
we all get an understanding of what we should be looking for, Brittany will be here, but, at least, because in case somebody has specific questions,
Would you want to tie it into like a meeting night?
that's what I would say then. I mean, unless somebody has something different, that would be my suggestion.
Anybody else want to see this? Yeah. This is the gentleman that's been here for a while.
Yeah, so he is.
Have you personally looked at these 2?
I've looked at both of the applications, the resumes, yes.
Can you just give us a brief?
Well, when you look at that application, there's not a whole lot to see, but I've been working with him for quite a while, so I already know about him. As far as this gentleman's resume, it's on the radio side. He has, work experience, which is good. What I would like to know is he has a minor in communications from,
Mass Bay?
I think it was Worcester State or
Worcester
something?
State, he has a bachelor's.
Yeah, and a minor in communications. So I'd like to know
Oh, yeah.
what courses he took for that minor. you know, if he had some production courses, if he's taken any video production courses, if he has any video production experience at
So you have
all.
not contacted this gentleman?
I have not, just because I'm the interim access coordinator and I don't want any conflict of interest. So I'm steering clear of that. But I do think that he's at least worth having a conversation with.
So, as the chair, would you want
What's
to
the board?
talk to this guy and just get some feedback from him? She'll give you the questions.
No, the only thing I will do is if we're gonna interview him, I'll say, we're having a meeting on
Okay.
January 15th. Be
Okay.
prepared that night to answer questions on the,
Yeah.
there's no reason to do a pre-interview.
Okay, no.
I mean, if we had 50 here, I'd consider pre-interviewing.
Yeah.
The only reason I was asking is because she brought up the question about what is his minor in, communications.
But it's not,
So that would be something that he should bring to the meeting.
no, he should come to a meeting being prepared to.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah, it's, I think that's like standard
I
interview
don't need-
questions.
I know
like-
we're looking for a resume too. If he's working now, and, because we don't have a resume.
This gentleman?
No, this guy here.
Yeah.
Well, we have the resume
That
for
is-
this
Oh,
guy.
you have the resume for him?
Yeah.
That's his resume, yeah.
Okay, I haven't
Did you
seen-
see this one? I'm sorry. And the other one we just have an application for.
He hasn't had time to have a resume yet.
But you said you've been working with him?
Yes, he's been working, I hired him back when I was access coordinator, about
he's here
3,
now?
4 years ago. Yes, he currently works as a production assistant here.
Oh, okay.
And I initially trained him and everything when he was a student over at the high school.
You went to West Boylston High?
Yeah, and he's currently a student at Worcester State.
Oh, okay.
No one's,
I'm assuming Rich is here.
oh, because the cameras are moving and there's no one up there, so,
Well, I'm guessing Rich is here now.
yeah.
I
So,
think ideally, we just bring him in and talk to him and find out,
Okay.
with you as kind of leading it off, as to what it is you really are looking for. And we can ask other questions based upon that.
Okay.
I think ideally, you're the one who's gonna know what it is we need.
Yeah,
yeah, I agree.
I mean, we just, we obviously want someone with video production experience and good communication skills. And,
Plays well with others.
yeah, that's always a plus. But those are the really two big things for the access coordinator, is to have some video production experience so that they can guide
Right.
the production assistants, and then communication skills, because they need to manage all of the production assistants. So communication skills are really important. And those are the two big things I'm looking for. I haven't found them yet, but fingers crossed.
What do you think about when we bring them in to tell them that we're looking to upgrade the pay?
I would,
I wouldn't say nothing.
yeah,
But then,
there's a
but then
pay,
that
there's a
does-
pay.
that does bring up a good question. What happened if we bring them in at what the present rate is now, okay? And then the board there, they go and meet and they say they approved the higher rate.
Can
So-
we hire them at the higher rate?
No, well, right now, we're gonna, I would suggest that we're gonna interview and hire these people under what they applied for.
Okay, that's fine.
If something changes 3 months down the road, we can discuss it.
Okay.
Because we're talking about the new rate's gonna be,
20 to 25.
Yeah.
or was it from the highest point? From our highest point now to, well, we're gonna
No,
meet with
no.
them.
Our
We-
highest point now is like 17 something.
1750.
Yeah.
So we could go.
And the highest point on the one that you voted on was 25.
So from 1750 to 25, or was it
No,
from?
20 to
20 to
25.
20.
Yeah,
The range for the new range that you wanted was 20 to 25.
right, so we could.
But,
well,
we can cross that bridge when we get there.
We can
As
get-
of right now, we don't have that 20 to 25 to play with, so, and it's not a guarantee the personnel board will say yes, so
That's true.
we should just stick with what we have for now.
So is there a motion for the whole board to interview?
I'll make a motion that the whole board, that we bring them in at one of our meetings.
I'll second it.
Tony? Okay, any other discussion here, none, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right.
Okay, so I will, when we set the date, I'll contact these folks, see if they can be here, and I'll set them, 15 minutes, 20 minutes apart, but if they come at different times, that's fine. So that's all set, that's all set. And then the next thing is consider extending temporary appointment as access controller for Brittany, because January 1st is
Right around the corner.
right around the corner. I mean, maybe till,
Let's do the first quarter.
so to,
We can always shorten it, but if we.
Yeah, do you need to put some like wording in, something about like
Yeah.
how
Extend it till March 31st of 2018,
Yeah.
or until we hire.
pending,
Pending
or what,
a new hire.
like,
so,
so I don't know how the wording would be, but basically if we hire a new person before that March date, then.
temporary
I don't-
appointment till March 31st,
Or-
or until we hire an access coordinator.
Right. A permanent
Yeah.
access coordinator. I'll make that motion.
2, 3, 31.
At the same rate and the same hours, so $17.50 an hour, 14 hours a week. And thank you for doing that.
I haven't put in 14 hours yet.
But I'm just saying, thank you for doing it.
Yes,
Put
absolutely.
in more.
Well,
Not of late, I went on vacation, so.
Okay, so I have a motion, do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion, Jack, second. Any other discussion, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Perfect, that's done, that's done. We got, well, vote for, my vote for clerk. It's, like I say, it's hard to do, but we're gonna discuss that, I guess. And we'll put it off again to the next meeting. Now, future agenda items, one of the things that, we need to start looking at is the budget for next year, right? So that'll be for July.
Yes.
Do we have to have that into Anita by January 5th? I
It's
know
not-
she had sent something out.
If it does, it's not gonna happen, so.
Okay, no, I'm just saying.
I think last time we got it in what, the night before town meeting? So she might put something, the budget, yeah, so
No, no.
we'll work on the budget. The other thing I think we need to work on is is it the policies? No,
Policies and procedures.
that's probably, now that we have people in place to run the station, I think we need to start looking at the whole structure on how the station runs, what the pegboard does, what the access coordinator does, what everybody, how program gets put on, everything. So somebody else comes here, they say, here, this is how public access works.
And probably I would, put changes to the job description for access coordinator so that we can just fix that
Isn't-
error, so we
Isn't
don't.
the town administrator
keep hearing
in the
about it.
process of doing all the job, getting all the job descriptions looked at?
Yeah,
But
but
we
I
can
guess
still
that's
do
kind of
ours.
like taking a long time, and
Okay.
I just have a feeling that we're probably gonna hear about it again. So maybe if we just go ahead and address it.
I see, I do see two different postings on the two different.
They're separate postings.
No,
yeah.
but they're two different descriptions too, from when I look at it.
Oh, okay.
This is the production assistant. And it's much less than the other one, so. Is it the
Okay.
same, is it the
So
same?
there may be some wording that
Yeah.
is verbatim,
So
however,
we can look, I put job description down, policies,
all right, I'll take a closer look at it.
policies and procedures. I think that's gonna take some time, so that's what we were really supposed to get together and start. But because we just needed people to run the station, we put that off. And then we'll have what Brittany might have.
Do we have anything to work from on the policies and procedures?
Yes, yeah.
Do you have, we have our town. Do we have anything in our town already?
There's some older existing things, and then I have
Do you have all
other
towns?
towns and updated ones and stuff like that.
Do you have those on, do you have those scanned?
Not offhand right
So if
now.
the town has them on a PDF, maybe in advance you can send it out. You can
Well, I
send it
could,
to me.
I can find them and I can scan them
Yeah,
and
you
get
can
them to
send
everybody.
them to me and then I'll
Yeah,
send them
yeah,
out to the board. And then we can look at that and mark,
An idea.
and if it's even better if it's a Word document, because then we can just maybe use it and just change where it says Town X to West Boylston.
Mm-hmm.
And it might, a lot of this stuff may be the same, I mean, why start from scratch?
Right.
Because I can imagine.
Yeah.
I
Well, you
think
can
the
be
only-
very complicated, or you can be not.
Well, I
so.
think that the issue with our town is gonna be how we run it. We have a pegboard
Right.
that oversees it. Other towns aren't connected with the town at all.
Right.
And that's something, you know, I guess a lot of towns are like that, but. So the job description, the budget, the policies, your reports for next year.
Mhm.
I don't know if anything else
And
we
then put
can.
The
in
thing
the,
about the
interview.
WPBA, the Friends, and that account that has $1,200 in it.
the Friends
Yeah.
account.
Yeah, I did.
That Rich Simorano, and there's one other person that has signing abilities, and she's no longer associated with this, right?
Yeah, so a former board member, Carol Parker,
So,
as I'm told, also has signing authority on that account.
so maybe somewhere down the line, we can investigate that and maybe get Mr. Flynn over here to be able to sign instead of the woman that's no longer here.
No, I don't think we can control the Friends account. I don't think this board can really
But it's
control
been
it.
inactive for 3 to 5 years.
I understand that, but I don't think this, unless there's a group out there that wants to become the Friends of the Public Access, I don't think we can control that as our board.
So who controls that money?
That, okay, then I put that down.
Right now, Rick does. Rich does.
Okay, and then,
Okay.
okay, and the other
So
thing
what we
is,
gotta do is find out.
So I
how-
believe part of the purpose of that debit, it had the ability to make online purchases.
Right.
Okay, and it's.
So there is some value in it as far as it allows WBPA to have an Apple account and different things like that. Obviously,
But, and I do have information on the, you know how he says we replenish it all the time when we spend money? I'm told we've done it twice in the last fiscal year 17 and 16. I don't see dates. Oh,
Really?
I don't see dates. Do you see dates there?
because when Rich was here,
fiscal year 2016 and 2017, but not
No date
specific
dates.
dates.
So it looks like a
It has
total,
warrant numbers, so you'd be
Yeah.
able to figure
so
out
how
what the
much is in
dates
the
are.
account now?
the same amount. We just replenished it back up to the
Yeah,
12,000.
and in 2016, the replenishment amount was roughly $330, and in 2017, $380.
Where did that money, where
So,
did that money come from?
That's
Out of our
coming from
account.
the board?
That came out of our account.
From
to
our
pay him-
account
To pay a bill.
to
that-
reimburse, whatever.
I think maybe years ago that was more an issue, but the town accountant said pretty much everything you guys do, you can open an account. The town can open accounts, they do it all the time. You know, you can, and then the worst case scenario is if we can't find an account, somebody on this
Uses their
board
credit card.
would use
and
their
then
credit card.
You get reimbursed.
Send the forms in, we're working on a situation where if the person that does that pays the tax, the town can reimburse them for the tax too, because that's usually the issue, so.
So what if we took that money and put it in an account we could use? In other words, we use a debit card, take the $1,200 out, and just shift it over to an account that's assigned.
Here in the town?
Yeah.
I don't
The
think
town-
we can
The town
do
can't
that.
have it, you can't
I think the
control.
only option, if you wanted to get rid of that account, was to spend that money.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, but we can't like take the money out and put it in our account
Why don't we
here.
do this? Why don't we spend it down as we need to? And then we just won't replenish it.
Unless a group comes forward and says they want to be the
Yeah,
friends
said
of
they
us,
want
they
it.
want to be our
Leave a couple
friends.
of bucks in it, you know?
Yeah, just leave a few dollars in it to keep it open and
Yeah,
just spend it down.
Because that's money that we could use for the equipment that we want to buy.
Well, I
That's
think
money that
we have money for the
I know,
town.
but we could use some of that too.
Well, I think.
Yeah, but we're gonna come in and under
Well,
that
we're
30
under that,
anyways.
so we're not gonna-
I think we're better off using that account just what they've been using it for before. If we need Apple stuff, we gotta buy programs, or we have to buy paper, or we have to buy something. We've got.
Right.
And then just get it down to a buck and go.
And I would say in the meantime, well, I think Brittany will always, if there's any accounts that we do, pay our website through, it, whatever we do, open up an account through the town clerk's office.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of filing a form and getting this company to go through the town and they'll send them a check.
Yeah.
So then we'll slowly stop having to use that account.
Yeah,
So that's,
because it just gets confusing.
so,
There's 6 of us here, and we're all trying to figure out what to do with it.
so I'm gonna clarify that for the January meeting, so that's what we need to talk about in
And
January.
if we do that, if we do open an account, then it would be Brittany and Jack would be the two authorized signatures, right?
We're not opening an account, we're not opening an account, we're gonna have everything paid through the town.
Yeah, we're just gonna pay that amount and get rid of it.
And just set up, if we buy something that we used to use that, we're gonna try
How
to
would
set
that-
it
Well,
up.
it would still probably make sense to transfer ownership.
Yeah, I'm thinking,
I'm not-
because weren't we using that account? If we don't have a separate account like that, doesn't it become problematic if we wanna buy things on a, short-term basis?
No, as long as whoever we wanna buy from, we set up an account through the town, that's not an issue at all.
Yeah, and if you don't have an account, then, like, I would purchase it myself with my credit card and then just be reimbursed.
reimbursed.
So,
Which.
there's not an issue as far as being able to buy something
No,
short-term.
I mean, I don't think there's anything like, the station's gonna close down if we don't spend $75 on something, so.
No, I understand that, I'm just saying that some of the stuff that comes up quick. And if it comes up quick that we need it because something broke,
Pretty much everything, I think everything in regards to cameras and all that stuff, we have accounts that can be paid through the town. And if they're not, we should set up accounts with these companies.
Yeah, as far as I know, most of the companies we've done business with, there are accounts, because when I do my payables
Obviously, it hasn't been that
vouchers-
much of an issue, like you say, it's been 300, in the last, 16, 17, it's been $700.
yeah.
So it's not like, look at our budget and look at $700, so let's clarify everything at the January meeting on that.
And where do we stand on the vendors for the equipment?
That's gonna be on the January meeting.
That'll be
so-
for January.
And we'll,
If you need some questions answered?
no, we're all set on that. We'll do it, if we do, it'll be at the January meeting. For the Friends?
For the friends thing?
Yeah, we'll talk about it in
Yeah.
January.
I mean, the only point I was gonna make is, as long as there's a mechanism in place so that we can make purchases, like online purchases, that's really been the main reason why we started using that in the first place. But then, when it comes to purchases that are not expendable easily through vouchers, having a card associated with the station rather than an individual helps on the warranty side of things. If a TV gets purchased or some other equipment gets purchased, we want that card to be used as something associated with the station rather than an individual. Because individuals come and go, but the station is the station, So that was the
Yeah,
only
so we'll
reason.
have to figure it out, but I mean, right now, there's really no one that's called the Friends that are running this for us, so.
Correct.
We'll just try to set up everything we have. If you look at something and you look at it and say, well, we could set this up through the town, get one of those forms from the town accountant, send it into the company and say, can we open an account with you?
Yeah.
And most of them are gonna say, okay.
Yeah, well, actually, all I ever need from them is a W-9.
Yeah, that's what they need, so. Okay,
I had set up, per the town, I had set up an Amazon account, so all of our office supplies, paper, memory cards for the cameras, pretty much anything you can get on Amazon, which is everything, including food. If we're ever hungry, we can get Amazon.
and we have an account, so that doesn't, we don't have to worry about that
That's
anymore.
right, that goes right through the website and then right back to the accounting office.
So we can have that for every meeting, right, have a little food and,
You're bringing it, you brought it in tonight.
Yeah, the chips.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
what's the date?
So the next.
Today?
No, the next meeting.
Today's the 19th, do we usually have it like the
So
third
yours-
Tuesday?
Tuesdays are fine.
Yours-
It's been completely sporadic, but his schedule's about to change, so.
Tuesdays
Tuesdays are
after?
fine.
16th?
Tuesdays are good.
Yeah, Tuesdays are good.
Okay.
16th of
Hold
January?
on, let me look.
January 16th.
Yeah. Now,
Yes, that's okay with
who am I
me.
thinking about?
Jason and Jeff?
Jason, Jeff.
Jeff, he has his little card, and more than likely, we're not gonna
Oh,
hit,
yeah.
he worked tonight, so I can't imagine. And then
He's on
Jason,
that 24-hour shift or something?
yeah. So we'll go January 16th
6:30?
at 6:30. Hopefully they can both be here. If I find one can't and one can, I'll send an email.
Well, I don't see, the one that Brittany works with, that shouldn't be a problem.
Should be able to,
Right?
Assuming, yeah, I mean,
Because let's see, the 16th, when's Martin Luther King's birthday?
I'm on
15th.
15th, okay, so that'll be his first day back to school.
No,
Okay.
There's no school on 15th.
No, on the 16th,
Oh, yeah.
16.
day of the meeting, that'll be his first day.
I mean, I'll check in with him, I can't say, obviously,
No, I
but,
know, I'm just saying, because
oh,
they're on that nice high.
actually, I shouldn't contact him, Chris should.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any issue with, you're not going for the job, so I don't see any issue, but I'll contact them both and just
Okay.
set the date up. I don't think that's.
As long as you just officially contact.
Yeah, I'll contact them, and then, that one other person here, I'm to
Aaron?
the point where the one person we can never get in touch with, maybe I'll
Oh,
just.
the person who doesn't have voicemail?
Yeah, it doesn't have, I don't really even have a phone number, it's 2 numbers. I'll send a letter from the board saying, if you're still interested, contact me.
Yeah.
You know, the other thing.
Well,
too is-
during his interview with me, you know, I had spoken with him and said, like, you know, it'd be great if you applied for the production assistant position, and he said, oh, yeah, I'm gonna do that, but he didn't, so.
So that's
I'm
the
I'm not
only.
convinced that, you know, he necessarily is
He's
interested at all
interested.
anyway.
Everybody else, as I said before, have been contacted. The only one I couldn't get in touch with is that gentleman. Maybe I'll have Nancy help me just send out a quick letter to him and ask him if he's interested to contact me. And we'll have, and if anything else comes in before, you know, the next couple of weeks, I'll set him up that night too.
The email that came from, that we got from, that you got from John today, what's his last
Yeah,
name?
we should probably put that on the agenda
Yeah,
for next time.
January.
I didn't think there was anything on there that needed to be on the agenda. He just had a question to you about programming.
I think the one about, contacting the PEG board and who the email goes to.
The email right now goes to Rich and you,
Okay.
I'm
yeah.
told.
Okay.
So the board, we can discuss that in January if we want to go
Yeah, we can
somewhere
just
else.
discuss that in January,
So
as when
email.
someone goes to contact the PEG board, where
We
that
can
email
discuss it,
goes.
we can send it out to the board, we can do whatever we want. We
Yeah.
can put that.
Just put that
email
on the
to-
January.
Who?
If there's nothing else, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
A second.
15,
I'll jump on that one.
Ian, Dave, and back and forth, Tony. Motion is second, any other discussion, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.